Hey yo, it's Jaxon, and you're back in the reading room.
And read. Stay calm. And read. Stay calm. And read. Stay calm. And read.
What's good, RR Squad? You know it. We're back, locked in, and you guessed it, another certified banger on deck. Let's get into it. On the last episode, we ended off on the Wilks brothers scam, finally blowing up on the King and Duke's faces after the real brothers show up and the con men almost get lynched. We just hit the jackpot. I knew in the end that the scammers would stop. What? False alarm. The scammers get greedy and they sell Jim to slavery for $40. Nah, fam. At this point, we're all done with them. Huck heads to the farm to save Jim, but we'll get into that later. This leads to the most iconic part of the story. Huck is having a huge internal battle because the world around him has brainwashed him into believing that helping a slave is a sin. He even writes a letter to turn Jim in to feel right with God, but then stops and thinks about their friendship. He ends up deciding to put his needs aside and help Jim. This is a massive moment because he's finally deciding to believe in his own conscience than the messed up laws of the world. When Huck gets to the Phelps farm, things get weirdly lucky because they mistake him for... Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Tom Sawyer. When the real Tom shows up, he decides to help. But he makes the whole thing into a huge annoying game, instead of just letting Jim out because the cabin isn't even stable. He insists on making it like the adventure books he reads. He makes Jim dig tunnels with a spoon and share a room with literal snakes and spiders. Ugh, typical Tom. The actual escape plan is a total disaster. Tom sends anonymous letters to freak out the family, and in doing so, armed farmers show up and they start. They make it to the raft, but Tom gets hit in the leg. And instead of running, Jim stays back to make sure that Tom seeks medical attention. This is a big moment because Jim's sacrificing his freedom for a kid who's using him as a prop for a game. That's crazy. The ending is a bunch of plot twists, so stay locked in. Tom admits to Jim that he was free the whole time because Miss Watson died and freed him in his will. And Jim tells Huck that he was free as well because Pap Finn died back at the house. That's crazy. If that was me, we would be throwing hands. In my opinion, I think that the ending is super frustrating. Huck has grown so much on the raft, but as soon as Tom shows up, he just started acting a fool again. And it's also hard to see Jim's life being treated as a joke, but I think that's what Mark Twain wanted us to see. He's showing us that people like Tom and Huck don't see Jim as a real person with human rights. It kind of makes the civilized world look pretty bad. At the end of the story, Huck says he's gonna go explore the West. Aunt Sally wants to adopt him and civilize him, but he's seen what civilization is. It's killing, lying, scamming, all of the above. He'd rather take his chances out in the wild. But what if you learn on this strange and fun expedition with me? This isn't the end of the reading room. We have 2 more episodes left. It's been the Double R. I want you to like and subscribe. Leave me some comments down below. Peace.